You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your coach, Jason.
Your coach, Danny.
Fans, you know what to do. Go ahead and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We need the algorithms to algorithm. Got a big show for you today, fans. First, we'll go into a little bit about the NBA Summer League and some interesting signings. And then also we'll talk about Major League Baseball coming to the halfway point, or basically the All-Star break. And then we have a little Formula One news. First, Danny, right into the NBA, the Summer League. And Summer League's happening. Milwaukee Bucks, I saw that they won one game, lost another in the Summer League play. But I think one of the biggest pieces of news from Summer League is the signing of Cole Anthony. Well, let me just say, Memphis Grizzlies bought out Cole Anthony's contract. Reports have it that he will sign with the Milwaukee Bucks, adding another guard to the mix, which is what we desperately needed. I said in our text thread with the fellas, listen, this may change some things. Now, before I was flipping over tables in my text messages and everything, right? I still be kind of flipping over tables when it comes to Miles Turner. With Cole Anthony, that brings another ball handler in the mix. That brings a scoring guard. He averaged about 12, 13 points a game last year. I don't think we need a huge scoring punch from that position necessarily. I think we heavily relied upon Dame and Giannis to do Dame and Giannis. When we didn't have one, it was like the other one took over. I think what this is going to promote is more of a team-focused effort. I think you'll see more players score more points. I think there are some points to be gotten. How would you look at the lineup? I mean, you have Cole Anthony. Then you have Porter Jr.
Porter Jr., yep.
That's kind of cool because that really, depending upon how Doc does this, do you start both of them, or do you put Porter on the bench, have him come off the bench, and lead second unit, if you will? No matter what, you're always going to have a ball handler on the floor in the entire game
that can score.
That could be a threat to score. Who can distribute the rock as well.
Yep.
I still think a gaping hole for the Milwaukee Bucks, because Miles Turner is not a 5 at all. He's definitely a stretch 4. Miles Turner would have a couple, in my opinion, a few good games, but the consistency again is lacking, in my opinion. And so, do you put Giannis at the 5?
I would rather have Giannis at the 4.
That means
something to consider.
That means they've had to have had a talk with Miles Turner and be like, man, listen, you're going to have to be at the 5. Giannis at the 4. You can have, who would you put at the 3? Kuzma.
Yep, to start
Kuzma. And I'm going to tell you, Danny, Kuzma has a short leash. The hope here is that he plays well the first half of the season, probably increases his trade value.
Yep.
And then hopefully, we could, go ahead and trade Kuzma, come off that contract, maybe. I don't know. But you put him at the 3, at the 2. I mean, you can interchange with Porter Jr.
You got Trent.
Or you got Gary Trent Jr.
And AJ Green.
Yeah. You put him at the 2 as well, yeah. That's a 3-point threat. Both ways. I mean, golly, that's... Whew.
They have some more flexibility with this move for sure.
They have some flexibility here, man. And, man, you got Prince coming off the bench. Of course, you have Bobby coming off the bench. You got a good two, three pieces, you know, coming off the bench there. So this is a great sign, in my opinion, for Milwaukee. I think the Miles Turner one, the jury's still out. But Danny, with this move, last week we mentioned a few teams ahead of Milwaukee. I
Hmm.
mentioned Cleveland, the Knicks, Atlanta, in my opinion, Detroit,
Hmm.
you
Orlando.
Orlando, a healthy Philly.
Hmm.
That's six right there. So with this move by Milwaukee, does that knock some team out of that top five or six?
I think so. I think not necessarily just because it's Cole Anthony, but I think it's just gives them a deeper roster, a younger
Mm-hmm.
roster
Mm-hmm.
too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where they can move some things around. But this will be interesting with Doc Rivers because this is a younger team,
Mm-hmm.
and because you know how he favors his veterans, and how does he play this? And does he do? Is it more matchup based, depending on who they're playing that night, and how he kind of does the roster?
Mm-hmm.
Or is he going to just stick with, like, here's my five, here's my bench? So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of that factors into this. So I think roster wise, they'll be okay. But how does the coaching play into this? But it gives them, because the East is open, it gives an opportunity because you have Giannis, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that gives you a leg up on a few teams right off the bat. It's just a matter of health and how Doc actually orchestrates this roster.
We'll see, Danny. And one of the things too of note when we're talking about summer league, I have to say, man, I have not been impressed at all by our draft pick. Was it Markovich? Haven't been impressed, man. Even
Hmm.
though last night he did score 14 points on 4 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3 point line, 5 for 5 from the free throw. And so I just think, I don't know, man, that first game probably worked out the first game jitters, the nervousness, etc. But off the bench, off the bench, he scores 14 points. And so I don't know, Danny. And then also too, I think Andre Jackson Jr., great defender. I think we need to just come to a realization that we didn't develop Jackson offensively at that. So to me, this is another fail on our part as an organization to develop Andre Jackson Jr. The rest of the summer league, you had Cooper Flag. He drops, what was it, 31
Yep.
other night. When you have these high draft picks, you play them a couple games, you sit them out for fear of injury.
Yep.
You just want to get some game tape on, work on some things here and there between now and training camp. This has been an interesting summer league, Danny. Yeah, Bronny James about to win a game, and he falls a little short on that 3 point attempt. I mean, I think this was overall a pretty decent summer league. I mean, summer league is quite different than how it was in the past, and where the prices back then a lot cheaper than the prices now.
Yep. Hmm.
And summer league has become a thing, and where you have the free agent signings ultimately reporting and having media availability, things of that nature. And so you had Miles Turner having some media availability, but you also get a lot of great conversations, interviews with a lot of coaches, owners. I heard of the new owners in Minnesota, A-Rod, get interviewed and everything. He talked about how long it took for them to go through the process to ultimately become a owner, um, or a governor of a team. What say you, Danny, about summer league?
And Jason, just adding on to that, they had Doc Rivers on in the
Yep.
first game when the Bucks were playing the Nuggets in summer league. So it just gives you a little insight. And like you said, you get to see some rookies and see if the lights are too bright for them right off the bat, where they may be more of a G League or for some of the overseas players, they're going to go back overseas and play. So there's some decisions to be made there. So all in all, man, it's just been good just seeing some of these players and like you said, some of the interviews and seeing Cooper Flag, like you mentioned, J Kidd, they had him playing at the point because that's one of the areas they may
Mm-hmm.
want to explore in the season.
That's
So it's
Jason
good.
Kidd for you.
Yes, he's already done it once
Yeah.
with Giannis. So more to come on the summer league, but no, it's been off to a good start, I think.
And just as we mentioned, Danny, it's halfway in the halfway point of the season for Major League Baseball, where this weekend or next couple of days here, the All-Star Game is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, more so in Cobb County. Um, and let me just say, Danny, the teams that I think we need to watch out for, man. I was looking at an interview earlier today, and they interviewed a few people from the Detroit Tigers. We have not talked about the Detroit Tigers. They are leading the entire league in wins,
Hmm.
59 wins so far. And they're one game ahead of the Los Angeles Dodgers. But right behind the Dodgers, a half game behind the Dodgers, you have the Chicago Cubs. And 1.5 games behind the Dodgers is none other than the Milwaukee Brewers. Danny, the Brewers are hot as fish grease.
Yes, they are.
Out of the last 10 games, they are 8-2, and they've gotten some pitching. They're getting healthy. They got a bat during trade deadline. I mean, this is a Milwaukee Brewers team that they have some momentum.
Hmm.
They have Big Mo with them. And so we'll see. What's going to be very interesting, though, I heard a report that tomorrow marks the anniversary of Hank Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's home run record and
Hmm.
befitting the home run derbies tonight. That's going to be very interesting. But the game, All-Star Game, is tomorrow on the anniversary of the record-breaking home run by Hank Aaron, hammering Hank. So it's going to be interesting to see the talent that's going to be on the field. So what say you, Danny, about the All-Star Game for the Major League Baseball?
And Jay, you got Paul Skeens going against Tariq Skubal from the Tigers. The Tigers actually just got swept by the Seattle Mariners too. So that was for them to still be where they're at. This is probably a good time for them to be taking a break. Good. And then tonight you'll get to see Cal Raleigh, who's leading the league in 30 with 38 home runs. See what he does in the home run derby. Like you mentioned, the Brewers coming in hot. My only fear, Jason, we've seen this in the past with the Brewers, where they get hot right here, and then they come off the break and just fall apart. And then this is where the Cardinals get hot and then overtake the
Yep.
Brewers. So this is where we'll see if the Brewers can, get this break. Peralta's going. Mizorowski got named to the All-Star
And
team, which
then
caused some controversy with the
that caused some
Philadelphia Phillies.
yes.
Trey Turner calling that out about, Sanchez or Suarez. Either one of them should have been ahead of Mizorowski. So some controversy there, but um, it was a good way to finish and go into the break for the Brewers. So I'm looking forward to the matchup tomorrow night and seeing all the stars out and then watching some of the home run derby tonight and see what they can do.
And Danny, the last thing on our agenda for today. Listen, Formula One movie continues to do well in theaters. But just as we're talking about Formula One in the artistic manner, we have to talk about Formula One for real, and where there's some news in the Red Bull team and the Red Bull organization where they have sacked, in the words of some overseas media, they have sacked Christian Horner. They have fired Christian Horner. They have dismissed Christian Horner as the head person in Red Bull, and which is a surprising move to some degree. There's been a lot of issues happening, bubbling up internally with Red Bull, and he's out. Reports are that Max Verstappen is in a contract negotiation with Mercedes, according to reports. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it has something to do with some legal action last year internally within the team. And I don't know. A lot of heat. Where there's smoke, there's fire. The dismissal of Horner is a result of it. What say you, Danny, about this news?
Jason, it really doesn't surprise me just based on Verstappen isn't winning like he was last year or has been, how he's been dominating. And now that's kind of waned off a little bit because McLaren is doing their thing. And if Verstappen's looking at moving teams, so you're taking your best driver and he's gone. It's just a new day and age now, right? With Formula One, with the eyes on it and more scrutiny, if you want to call it that. So a lot of things are being put under the microscope. And like you said, they had a lot of things going on last year from a legality standpoint. Some of the things that were being questioned with them and with their teams. It surprised me a little bit at the timing, but if Verstappen's doing what there's some rumblings around him, maybe it's a move to try to keep him. So I guess we'll find out. He's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Over 20 years, right? So it's a big move, but like I said, it could be some stuff going on where they're trying to appease some people from the Red Bull perspective.
Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.